This is the Milo Sweet podcast where you learn to be resourceful, find quick and clever ways to overcome life's challenges. And guess what? Achieve more with less. Use what you have to get where you're trying to go. Learn to do difficult. And for excuses, get rid of them. I mean, all of them. They're dead to me. Let's go. Hey, before we get started, I need your help. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, review, and share. You really like the show? Want to put your money where your mouth is? Click donate. I would love your support. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, should you have friends in your life that don't believe in your idea? I think it's a tricky question. So I want to play devil's advocate for a bit. I don't like the word devil's advocate. I'm going to play friend advocate. No, I don't like that either. And confident. Okay. I'm going to stop trying to make up words because honestly, my brain is kind of fried right now and it's not going to go too well. I think I'm going to start sounding like my 3-year-old. And honestly, I think he could make up words quicker than me. So, kudos to him. Okay, so I think first off, it depends on why you're friends with this person. If you're friends with this person because you guys like having, tea together and eating chocolate, I don't know if I would expect them to just go all in for a business idea. However, if you're super close with this friend, then yeah, I think I would have an expectation that anyone that I'm close with would have some level of support for my ideas or some level of feedback to help me vet my idea out. So would I stop being friends with someone because they didn't believe in my idea? Absolutely. But would I stop being friends with someone because they didn't believe in my idea? Not exactly. I think it really comes down to, first off, what you need from your friends. Sometimes friends are just that, friends. They're people who like who you are, not what you do. Meaning they like you for just being. And if there's somebody who just rolls with you for just being and they're always there for you, you can always count on them, they may not understand your idea because that's not what you connect on, and that's okay. And you're adding a new layer to yourself, so it might take time for them to see that, to adjust to that, and to really maybe I would say affirm you in a way that you would like. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. However, there are friends that might be negative, and I call them sicken. That's a real thing. Basically, you say something positive or you're super excited and they that little, what is it called, that game where there's this little yellow character and it eats things up, these little things. It's like an old school game. Pac-Man. Okay. They're like Pac-Man. They take all your positive ideas and they're like, rah, 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 rah. That's exactly what they do. I think there's a place for them that's not in your life. And the truth is, it takes really a lot of energy to get ideas off the ground. It takes a whole bunch of energy to move the idea, to reap benefits and rewards for the idea, and for it to sustain your actual life. So there is only so much room to deal with someone that's going to just tear down every part of you. And if that part, friend or part of you is your partner, I think that's a different conversation. That's not what I'm talking about in this episode. This is more, I do think that's important and it's something should be talked about, but that's not the perspective that I'm talking about. I'm talking about just friends. I think friends are people that you choose and that you could easily not choose. You could easily not choose. And I personally think a friend, so when I say friend, I'm saying someone who's close to you, who supports you, you have a good foundation, you guys have things in common. Like I said, I wouldn't, if I became friends with someone through business and we're super close and I have an idea and they're really negative and they're not supporting it, that would kind of hurt. So I think in that scenario, I would want to try to work through it first and not just, not be friends with them. But what I'm saying is the idea is on the table. So we're discussing is that even possible? Because some people have the philosophy, once a friend, always a friend. And I'm like, where is that from? Like, who said that? That's like once cereal, always cereal. No, not if you put it in a bowl of milk. It's like soggy. I don't know what it's called after that, but it's like mush. I don't think it's once. So I think, friends should be able to grow in different seasons. I don't think you have to spend every season of your life with a friend. I think you can take breaks and come back. Maybe you guys are busy. Someone's, you are living far apart. I don't think that means you're not friends. But I think if you are in a place where you really want to grow and to develop, and you're trying something new, and when you're trying something new, you're not quite confident in it. You might be super passionate and excited, but the confidence and like security from that has not come yet. And maybe you have some skills and from other areas that translates, but I'll tell you this, as soon as you hit a stumbling block or a huge challenge, or multiple challenges, you might think, and if you go and talk to that friend, it might not be what you want to hear. And so I think for me, if I'm starting something new, I'm going to encase myself with people who support me. Now, does that mean they have to love your idea? No. But the way they approach it, the way they talk about it, it's not in a way to tear you down. It's in a way to say, hey, okay, I could see this working, but you need to, what about this, and that? Or they may be telling you like, hey, I don't think I would be the best fit for this, but maybe you should do, this is how you solve this, and that. I believe a silent friend might not be the best friend in that case, especially if they have expertise for you. I think friends should tell their friends like things they're good at, especially if they're asked. Like if your friend's not asking you anything, you don't really have to say anything unless you feel like, oh my gosh, you're about to fall off the ledge, or whoa, that's like not a good look. I do think you should have that. So how can you vet out if your friend doesn't like your idea? I think listen to what they say. Don't make it up. When you're friends with someone, you like to assume and finish what they're saying and put the most like, well, they meant it like this. Like, don't do that. And you just say like, okay, she said that, or he said that. All right. And then you say, hey, you said this. Can you explain to me what you meant by that? And that might sound like a dumb question, but there's no room for me to assume there. And then I can let you explain it, because maybe I took it the wrong way. Maybe they meant it the wrong way. Maybe they have knowledge in an area I don't. And if I for sure, and when they explain anything, yeah, your idea is going to suck, you're not going to do anything, I think it's dumb, and, they're just tearing it apart, I would tell them, like, hey, how I feel about this, like that, I appreciate your feedback, but that hurts, I don't like to feel that way, and then see where that goes. But I also think for me, if I'm starting something new, I like things simple, so too much complexity for no reason, it just doesn't work for me. So I probably would just spend more time working on my idea and just let life handle it. If that person comes around and they're like, whoa, I had no idea you were working on that, cool. If they don't, I just would let it be. But the question on the table is, should you stop being friends? And I think it's possible, but I think you need to assess why you're being friends with them, what kind of friend, and what do you have in common? Because sometimes you might be expecting someone to do something that maybe that's not even why you're friends. And so they don't even see that way. So evaluating that. And then if they do say something that's hurtful about the idea, ask them what they mean. And then just allow yourself to process it and think about it. You may grow through life. Like there's some things I've learned through life and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't realize how important that was because I had to learn it. And I got so many other responses like that. Or you realize, they're not in a place to have a vision for you because they don't have a vision for themselves. And that's not like to be mean or anything. It's just like the more they spend time doing that for themselves, the more they can give you advice in that area. So it's almost like you got to a destination before them, like you took a plane somewhere and you kind of knew about it. And so you're asking them for feedback on something they've never seen. So not till they get to like Mexico or to Italy do they know exactly like what your dilemma is. And so I think that is important as well. But I don't think that it's once a friend, always a friend. What do you guys think? Okay, have you lost a friend because they didn't support an idea? If so, let me know. You can go to anchor.fm/Miller Sweet Podcast and share it with me. Yeah, I want to know. that's another episode in the books. Hello? Hello? I said it's over. Why are you still listening? Like, seriously, the episode is over. If you're still listening right now, you know what? You're probably a chronic procrastinator. Guess what? I'm still listening to. Come on, for real, seriously. We gotta go do something productive. No, like, for real. No, for real. Okay, you can keep listening.